AEW President Tony Khan hypes up the rest of AEW's 2024, saying it will be the best year in AEW yet. MJF has a message for Will Ospreay ahead of their International Championship match this coming Wednesday on AEW Dynamite. Trent Beretta is written off AEW programming after sustaining a legitimate injury last night on AEW Collision. Mercedes Moné, she will defend the TBS Championship against Nyla Rose on Dynamite 250 on Wednesday, plus Jim Ross undergoes successful wrist surgery. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off with AEW President Tony Khan, who's in an optimistic and happy mood. Tony Khan has a good feeling about AEW's imminent future, taking to social media following AEW Rampage on Friday night. The president and CEO expressed his excitement over the rest of the year, with his opinion that it will be the best year in the company's history yet. He said, quote, "I'm so excited for the rest of 2024. I think that this will be the best year in AEW yet," Khan wrote on X, accompanied by a gif of Jerry Stiller as Frank Costanza in a classic Seinfeld scene. Khan's company has got a lot of moving parts to consider, both in a positive and potentially negative light, whether it be the scrutiny over recent television ratings when compared to previous years, the ongoing media rights saga as AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery broadcast deal nears expiry, or the litany of major talent signed to the promotion in recent months. The company is 4 pay-per-views deep heading into its biggest year, with All In at Wembley Stadium in August, with a further 4 more to go after that. So there is plenty to be excited about in terms of programming, even if larger questions loom over the company on the corporate side of things, chief of which is the aforementioned media rights negotiations, crucial in determining both the value of the company at present as well as where it airs, which are reportedly ongoing with a view to get a deal closed sooner rather than later, and it has been previously reported that a deal could be closed. Now, AEW recently announced an upcoming collaboration with WBD IP's Adult Swim and DC Comics, which at least gives the impression that both sides are confident of remaining partners moving forward, even if a deal is yet to be signed. There's also been collaboration when it comes to programming of WBD airing on AEW, such as House of the Dragon and obviously Shark Week, that integration that we've seen. So the fact that Tony Khan has tweeted that out, that's led some to suggest that maybe a deal is round the corner. What do you think Khan means by this? Is he just generating up social media chatter, or does he have something up his sleeve? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, Will Ospreay versus MJF, a huge match set for Dynamite 250 on Wednesday, and MJF isn't pulling any punches on Will Ospreay ahead of their International Championship match on AEW Dynamite this coming week on TBS. Former AEW World Champion MJF took to social media this afternoon to cut a 3-minute promo on Will Ospreay on a Stairmaster to hype up their match on the 250th episode of AEW Dynamite. Here's what Maxwell Jacob Friedman had to say.
"Oh, Willie boy, I've been on this Stairmaster for 2 hours. I'm locked the fuck in. What have you been doing, huh? Greeting that grandma of yours? Being a doting husband, watching that little kid? Worrying about what the fans think about you? Apologizing on Twitter? Huh? You're a joke. You're a fucking joke. Let me explain something to you. I ain't got nothing but bills to pay. I got a Taycan GTS Porsche I gotta pay off. I got a multi-million-dollar mansion I gotta pay off. And I'm not gonna be paying that off with a little simple fan interaction. No. I'm gonna be paying that off with your head on a fucking stake! But I gotta be honest with you, Will. I don't have a problem with you, personally. I really don't. I don't want there to be a misconception here. Matter of fact, I think you are, bar none, one of the greatest, fuck that, you're the most gifted athlete the sport has ever seen. You're a freak of nature. But you know what your problem is, Will? You know what you lack? A killer instinct. You hit that Tiger Driver 91 on Bryan Danielson, and you looked like you were about to cry yourself to sleep. Oh, I hurt him. You're up against Swerve Strickland for the World Championship, my title, which should still be around my waist, and you hesitated. You hesitated to hit that Tiger Driver 91. And what happened to you, bro? You hesitate with me. You're screwed. You're screwed. I know you would die for them. I know you would. You're making all the same mistakes I did. But what happens when I kill for me? All that shit, all those tears, you think I cried over Daniel Garcia? Huh? Right now, he is laid up in bed in Buffalo, and his mother is crying over the fact that her son has lost all feeling and function in his arms. You know what that does to me? That don't make me want to cry. That makes me want to smile. I saved him the same suffering fate that you are about to go through, because, Will, once I beat you this Wednesday, all those fans that you kill yourself for, all those fans that you think love you, you're going to realize they're all just sluts with a wandering eye. They're going to move on to the next toy. They're going to realize that you are a malfunctioning toy, and they're going to move on just like they moved on from me, Will. And you know what? Once you have that realization, once that light bulb goes off, once you realize that you don't have what it takes to take my spot, that is when, my friend, you can thank me later.
So what do you make of MJF's comments there? Let me know your thoughts and reaction to it in the comments section below. Now, Trent Beretta, he was seemingly written off AEW TV last night because he's dealing with a legitimate injury. Trent Beretta was seemingly written out of AEW storylines on Saturday night on AEW Collision after longtime rival Orange Cassidy hit him in the back of the head with a monkey wrench. The move was presented as a morally ambiguous and potentially momentous act in terms of Cassidy's character, shocking both his friends and his enemies. And if Fightful Select reporting is accurate, it's the last we'll see of Beretta in some time, as he's dealing with a legitimate injury. Beretta and Cassidy have been feuding since the former turned on the latter back in April, but Cassidy had come out on top in both of their singles matches since then, including Beretta's most recent in-ring performance at AEW Double or Nothing on May 26. According to Fightful, AEW was planning to push Beretta as a heel following Double or Nothing, as indicated by him joining the Don Callis family on the May 29 episode of AEW Dynamite, but he hasn't been cleared to compete, and now it seems he's being forced to take time away from the company. As of this recording, there's no word on the nature of Beretta's injury, whether it will require surgery or how long he'll be absent from an AEW programming. With Beretta's absence, AEW is now entirely deprived of its original best friends, a tag team that competed at the promotion's very first show, Double or Nothing, in 2019. The other founding member of the team, Chuck Taylor, worked his last match against Beretta in April and is believed to have been forced to retire from wrestling due to injury. Now, Mercedes Moné, she'll be defending the AEW TBS Championship this coming week on AEW Dynamite 250 against the former AEW Women's World Champion Nyla Rose. Following her confrontation with Dr. Britt Baker on Wednesday's episode of Dynamite, Mercedes Moné issued an open challenge for the TBS title for next week's Dynamite 250. Offering to put the title on the line against anyone except Baker. On Saturday's AEW Collision, Moné's challenge was answered by someone who's been with AEW since the very beginning, the native beast Nyla Rose. The broadcast later confirmed that indeed the match was on. Rose is set to wrestle her second Dynamite match in a month. She lost to Chris Statlander in June 19 in a Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament first round match. Before that, she hadn't wrestled on Dynamite since September of 2023 and hadn't wrestled a singles match on Dynamite since May of 2023. Rose announced she was accepting Moné's challenge shortly after defeating Ava Lawless on Collision, mentioning in a backstage promo that she was on the very first episode of Dynamite back in October of 2019. She was defeated that night by Riho in a match to crown the very first AEW Women's World Champion, but would eventually become the second champion, defeating Riho in February of 2020. Rose has been a consistent undercard presence ever since, largely playing the monster heel. Rose and Moné have never wrestled one another before, so this week's match will be a first time ever encounter. And finally, a bit of a health update on WWE Hall of Famer and AEW commentator Jim Ross. Of course, Ross has had his health issues over the last several years. AEW announcer Jim Ross has had a series of health concerns this year, with him recently missing AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view after being admitted to hospital due to a shortness of breath. JR was hospitalized with a shortness of breath again last month, but made the trip to Long Island for the AEW and New Japan Forbidden Door crossover pay-per-view show on June 30. Now the legendary announcer has again taken to Twitter, this time revealing that he has undergone successful wrist surgery. He wrote, quote, "Wrist surgery successfully done, healing continues." Of course, we wish JR a full and complete recovery following his recent surgery. But there you go, guys, the latest pro wrestling news for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button, be sure to subscribe, bottom right hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.